super excited about. I recently picked up this Polymer 80 PF940CL, which is the carry long slide. So it's the advantage of a Glock 17 sight radius and barrel length with the concealability advantage of a Glock 19 grip. So it's actually something I've wanted to do to a Glock 17 for quite a while, is a Glock 19 grip job, but could never really justify it. I found this from Polymer 80 and jumped right on it. This is the first time I've ever done one of these Polymer 80s, and I could not be happier with how this thing went. It was super easy to, the first time I've done it, did it all by myself. Nobody told me or showed me anything. Was able to follow the instructions, drill out all my holes, finish machining the frame, the slide rails, cut everything out, and had this thing up and running with all my parts from my Glock 17 in about an hour's time. So my OC custom trigger, all the components that go along with it, my 17 slide, everything dropped right on to this Polymer 80 frame in a matter of an hour, and was outside shooting it in that time. So because of that, because I picked this up, and I actually like the feel of this Polymer 80 frame probably more than your regular Glock frame. But I have shot Glocks for many, many years, and almost primarily Glocks, and especially in competition. So because of that, I am super used to shooting a Glock, and when I press out with my Glocks, I am looking right down the sight, right on target. And this actually has a much more inverted grip angle than your regular Glock, and because of that, it feels much more counterintuitive to me when I press out with this. So the Glock has a much more drastic angle, and when I press out with this, I find myself actually kind of fishing for a second to find exactly, to line everything up and be ready to fire. So because of that, I wanted to run a drill today that I have always used to figure out where I'm at in the speed of my handgun shooting and where I need to work on progressing past. So that's what we're going to run today. So downrange, I've got 3 plates set up. We're at 8 yards from those plates. We're going to draw on the timer and engage all 3 plates. And each time we run the drill, we're going to get a little bit faster and a little bit faster until we have a fail point where something doesn't go exactly right and we have a miss. At that point, we'll be able to look at our timer, see our split time, see our overall time, and know that that is our breaking point, and that's what we need to work on progressing past. And I want to bring you guys along with me today so maybe you guys could gain something from this as well. So here we go. I'm going to start off nice and slow. So that was a 189 with a 106 draw and 43 splits. So we're going to speed that up a little bit. So that was a 183, 110 draw, 37 splits. So our splits got 0.5 of a second faster. Alright, so let's go a little faster. And by the way, this holster, if you do one of these Polymer 80s, this is a regular Glock 17 Blade Tech holster, and it fits, but it is super snug, and I actually had to do some swapping out of the tensioners to get everything to work. So I'm actually going to have to order a holster that is made for the Polymer 80. I know, excuses, right? All right, so we got a 159 with a 96 draw and 30 splits. So we're down to the point where we're getting some speed involved now. All right, so let's kick it up a notch from here. All right, a little faster. There it is. All right, so that was a 141, and as you can see, I had a miss on that last target. So let's go through this. It was an 87 draw, which my draw was no problem, right on target. First transition was a 27 transition, so 0.27 seconds, right on plate. Next transition, same speed, 0.27, and I was off plate. So now I know that the 0.3 second split mark is about my breaking point. So I was able to run through with 0.3 splits, 0.30, with no issues. And when I got down under the 0.3 splits, that's where I ran into the problem. Now, this drill doesn't have to be used with just this method. It's actually more of a method than an actual drill, and it can be used with absolutely any sort of handgun shooting or rifle shooting, anything, any type of shooting that you want to work on your speed and progressing past. And just so you guys see, this is it's a 141, 87, 27 splits. But any other type of drill that you can think of, this method will work to figure out where you're at in your speed and show you your baseline and where you need to work on progressing past. So I've used this drill many times to get faster at my 1-in-1 draw, reload, and re-engage. I've used this for AR-15 drills. Pretty much anything that I've wanted to gain speed at, this is the method that I have used to do that. And like I said, because this Polymer 80 is pretty counterintuitive to me, I wanted to run this today to figure out where I'm at in my baseline frit. And I'm actually pretty impressed. I'm not that far behind my regular Glock shooting. I was at about a 0.25 was my average breaking point with a regular Glock. So 0.27's not far behind that, and I'll take that and I'll work on it, and I'll get this down to the 0.25 mark, and I will be super happy with that. So hope you guys enjoyed this, hope you guys gained something from this, and I'll see you guys next time. I'm out. Yeah. 129, 78 draw, 24 splits. Yeah, there we go. Polymer 80's looking up.